Hey, welcome. That's me. If there's anything that you're wanting to work on today, person who's in here, feel free to type into the chat bar anything you want to see in class or anything you're working on. We will be working on the hands a lot. Be working on a lot of upper body strength, but we'll also be doing a lot of core, a lot of lower body, a lot of dynamic movement, a lot of mobility and strength. Gonna feel nice afterwards. If you're here in Austin, super nice day outside today. Looks like it's supposed to rain and storm for the rest of the week. So try and soak up those rays while you can. I think we might do some handstand push-ups in class today. No, I can't do one myself. Against the wall, a few, but freestanding is tough. And we'll get started. Just another 5 minutes. Wait for people to come in. If you are hanging out right now, would suggest taking a moment to maybe get into a little meditative state. Keep the eyes open softly or close them completely. Start to get into your breath. Always nice to start your practice, kind of pre-practice with sitting, meditation. Get into your breath, really get yourself into the mindset and the mood for practice in a more mental, energetic way. It's also a good time to set any sort of resolve for class or any sort of intention, maybe something that you're working on today, just something that is kind of in your forefront of vision and thought, and just intending for just everything to turn out right. Any resolution or intention that's meaningful to you today. Hey, welcome. We're gonna get started in just a few more minutes. Wait till 4 for last minute people strolling in. If you haven't already, just make yourself comfortable on your mat, upright seat. Just start to get into the mindset of settling for practice. Might soften the gaze or close the eyes completely. And start to get into your breath. Take long inhales through the nose, up the spine. Let your exhales release energy back down towards the floor. All right, it is 4 p.m. Welcome to your 4 p.m. Power Flow. I'm Todd. Be taking you through your practice today. We're gonna be working a lot on our hands, a lot the legs and our core, basically the whole body, really working on lengthening through the body as well as strengthening and stabilizing the body in all different planes of motion. A lot of dynamic movement today, but we'll end with a nice juicy stretch session and a nice shavasana. 45 minutes. Let's begin our practice in a seat, sitting on sits bones, or if you'd like to go kneeling, if that feels better. Just find your way into that easy seat, cross-legged or kneeling, just whatever's most comfortable. Start to find a sense of rootedness to the floor. Start to find a lift of the crown of the head, tall through the spine, gently pulling the belly back in towards the spine, only slightly. You can turn your palms up to the ceiling here as a sign to be open and receptive to the practice today. Or if you like to bring palms down, just for more sense of grounding. Start to soften the gaze, keeping the eyelids just slightly open. Lift your gaze up towards the forehead, the space between your brows. Let's take 3 deep breaths together. Take a big inhale through the nose, lengthen up the spine to the crown of the head. Exhale, let it go. Let the energy pour back down into the floor. Again, big inhale through the nose. Lengthen up the spine. Exhale, let it go. Feel the crown of the head reach high. One more big inhale. And exhale. Let it go. Start to reach your elbows back. Reach your fingers to the ceiling, cactusing your arms. Pull the belly in, hug your ribs down as you pull your elbows and your wrists to the back of the room. Then inhale, reach your arms high. And exhale, cactus the arms, heart open. Inhale, reach up. One more, exhale, cactus of the arms. Inhale, reach up high. Draw the navel in, long spine. Exhale the left hand to your right knee. Right fingers behind you. Inhale, lift up your spine. Exhale, turn, twist, gaze to the right. Look over your right shoulder. Inhale, grow longer through your spine. Exhale, turn and twist deeper towards the right. Gaze back. One more, inhale. Exhale, push into the right knee, thighs, you twist, turn. Then gently start to come back through center. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, right palm drops to the left knee. Left fingertips or palm behind you. Inhale, grow taller, lift the shoulders. Exhale, turn, twist, gaze over the left shoulder. Inhale, grow longer. Exhale, turn, twist to the left, ring out through the torso. One more, inhale. Exhale, turn, twist, ring. Start to turn back through center, then inhale, reach the arms high. And exhale, let's come into our tabletop. Hands underneath the shoulders. Take a moment here just to get into the hands and into the wrists. Start to find some circles. And as you find these circles, also feel free to find a little bit of organic movement. It doesn't have to just be traditional circles. Let the body dictate where you move. Trying to press down through the tops of the knuckles, hitting different angles, and starting to think about when you press your hands into the floor, press to the inner part, the thumb and the forefinger, circling both directions. Other way if you haven't already. Keep grooving. You can even play with pawing the floor here. Feels nice. So find more straight arm scapular stability. Let's start to find a little stillness in our tabletop. Press straight into the floor. Wrap the triceps back. Draw your navel up. In. Feel the crown of the head reach forward. Let's find modified side plank. Pivot your left shin back behind you. Start to roll the right hip on top of the left. Press the left hip forward as you draw string. Pull the right hand to the sky. Wrap the left tricep back. Send the inner part of the left elbow forward. Pull the belly in. Squeeze your glutes. And start to build the right bicep over the ear. Keep pressing down through the left thumb and forefinger straight into the floor. Take one more inhale. Exhale, reach the right arm forward. Square the right hip on with the left. Then right hand down, knees together. Coming down with stability, strength, and ease. Other way, the right shin turns behind you. Roll and stack your left hip as you draw string like an arrow. Pull the left arm to the sky. Wrap right tricep, send the bicep to the right arm straight forward. Pull the belly in, squeeze your glutes towards the direction of your hips. Start to let the left bicep pour over the left ear. Reach long out of the left edge of your foot. Keep pressing straight into the floor. Take one more inhale. And exhale, start to reach, turn the chest down to the floor as you reach forward. Slide the hand down as you bring the knees together. Start to reach your right hand forward. Pull the belly up and in even more. Start to tent onto your right fingertips. Then reach your left foot extended to the back of the mat. Square off your hips. The left hip might have come up. Square, hug it down. Draw the navel in. Press left shoulder right over the left hand. Then inhale, reach right arm and leg, left leg off the floor. Drag the belly up and in, keep the squareness. Take an inhale, reach a little longer. Exhale, elbow to knee connect. Inhale, grow long, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee curl under. Inhale, expand, push through the left heel. Exhale, knee to elbow. One more, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. Place the right hand back onto the floor. Pod out here. Let's take just a few cat-cows on an inhale. Tilt the heart up, tilt the tailbone up. Exhale, round through the back, chin to chest. Push straight down into the floor. Inhale. Scoop, pull the shoulders back, tilt your heart to the sky. Exhale, round. Push the floor forward. Come back through neutral. Start to reach the left hand forward. First with the palm down. Then start to tent onto your left fingers. Extend your right leg back, the toes tucked. Right hip might feel a little higher. Hug it down, squeeze your glutes, tuck the tailbone, mula bandha. Hug the lower back up towards the sky. On an inhale, right leg and left arm lift, bicep by the ear. Take an inhale, expand longer. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, push, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, grow long. Exhale, elbow to knee. One more inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. And settle the left hand back to the floor, tabletop. Push back, child's pose. Bring the hands together. Hinge from the elbow joint. Pull the thumbs to the back of the head, nape of the neck. Then walk your elbows just a couple inches closer to the top of the mat. Take a few deep breaths. I'm starting to lengthen out of the triceps, shoulders, serratus muscles. You just used quite a bit there. Settle the hands back down. Come forward. Tabletop, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. First down dog of class. Take some time to just get into your form. If you want to find a little sway of the hips side to side, a pedal of the legs. Just to find more length through the sides of the body, sides of the hips, as well as just gain a little bit more awareness of our back body. We'll start to press the hands into the floor, palms to the floor. Hug the forearms towards one another as you wrap your triceps under the spine. Push your shoulders up towards the ears. Try not to dump your chest towards the knees, but rather pull the belly in. Keep a little hollowness through the upper body core. And then start to send your inner thighs back behind you up towards the sky. Tilt your tailbone to the sky. It's fine if your heels don't touch the floor, but let the heels be heavy. Press through the inner edges of the feet. The feet can be hip-width apart or together. You can always keep a slight bend in the knees if you're feeling tight in the back of the body. On an inhale, reach your right heel high. Exhale, knee to your forehead. Wrap the triceps back. Inhale, kick up and back, heel to the sky. Squeeze your right glute. Exhale, knee to forehead. Push into the floor. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, step the right foot between the hands. Lower the left knee down. Inhale, sweep the arms high. Exhale, bring the hands down to the right thigh. Press the hips forward, squeeze into the glutes. Keep the chest high for now. Then start to tug your back knee in towards the front heel. Feel an engagement at the left hip. Inhale the arms back to the sky. Reach long of the shoulders. Shoulders can hug up to the ears. Wrap the pinkies back behind you. Take one more inhale. Lengthen. Exhale, hands down to the floor. Tuck the back toes. Lift your back knee. Runner's lunge. From here, we're going to start to roll back into a pyramid pose. Option, keep your feet just where they're at, extend the legs, or if you like more support, to feel more supported, just slide your left foot in forward. Keep your feet on track with the hips. Then hug your right hip back as you push, nudge the left hip forward by hugging the left big toe forward, pulling the right pinky toe back. Keep the head heavy here as we lengthen the upper body over the right, trying to find a connection, right rib cage to the right thigh. That's fine if they're not touching or even close, but That's just the intention, working towards. Engage through the quads, press the heels into the floor. On an inhale, lift up halfway, lengthen, hold here. Reach the crown and the heart, collarbones forward. Lengthen the tailbone back. Feel the spine grow in space, north and south. Take one more inhale. And exhale, drape the upper body over the right leg. Runner's lunge, start to bend into the right knee. Find more of a connection, right rib cage, right thigh. Lengthen the left toes back, send the left knee down. Inhale the arms high. Side bend, right hand down to the floor. Reach the left arm up and over. Lengthen out the hip, hug the left shoulder back. Reach long. Such a nice stretch for opening up the side of the body. Where we're gonna come forward, sweep the left arm towards the right and down, and circle the left hand down. Frame the right foot. Inhale the arms high. Standing splits as the hands hit the floor. Let the left toes heel launch to the sky. Almost like this little balancing act. As soon as the hands touch the floor, the foot leaves the floor. And now here, start to tilt your left hip tip down. It's common for you to be in kind of this halfway, half moon. Hug the left hip down. Pull the belly in. Try to hollow out through the right hip joint capsule. Flex your left set of toes. Squeeze the right quad. Lengthen your heart back to the knee. On an inhale, lift up halfway. You can tend to the fingers, or if you have blocks, you can use those. Or if you have the hands all the way to the floor, go there. On an inhale, bring the left heel higher. Exhale, knee towards the chin. Step forward, forward fold, feet close together. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, upward salute, reach high, squeeze the glutes, press the hips forward. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Reach your right toes to the back of the mat and settle the right knee down. On an inhale, reach the arms high, drag the hips forward. And exhale, hands right back to the floor. Step back, high plank first. High plank, press straight to the floor. Wrap the triceps, pull the inner forearms together. Create some space, lengthen the chest forward, your gaze forward. Keep the arms nice and long. Squeeze through the glutes, the inner thighs. Now squeeze your inner thighs together. Breathe into the midline at the navel. Hold. Just here for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chaturanga. Lean forward from the toes or from the knees. They can drop. Inhale, upward facing dog. Pull the shoulders back. Exhale, pull the belly in as you roll it back. Downward facing dog. Take a moment, breathe, recenter, back in your down dog. Wrapping the arms, shoulders to ears, drag the belly in, hollow out the upper body as you lengthen the inner thighs back, heels heavy. Inhale the left heel high. Square off the left hip here. Hug it down. Inhale the left heel higher. Exhale, knee to your forehead. Inhale up and back. Exhale, knee to forehead. Inhale up and back. Keep the arms nice and straight. Exhale, knee to forehead. Step forward between the hands. Lower the right knee. Inhale. The arms high. And then lower the hands onto your left thigh. Start to put the hips, press forward. Should feel nice in the front of the hips if you're feeling tight there. Commonly feel tight. Happens when you sit a lot. Squeeze the glutes. And then reach your arms back high. Hug your ribs slightly down. Traction your front heel and your back knee. Wrap the pinkies back. Your gaze forward or up to the hands. And breathe. Inhaling up the spine, exhaling down the spine. And bring your hands down to the floor. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. Our pyramid from here, start to roll the hips back, straight legs, keep the feet where they're at. And again, that option to step the right foot in a little closer. Pull the left hip back, little tug as the right hip fights its way forward. Make sure to stay engaged through the entirety of the leg, from the hip, lower back to the hip, all the way down to the heel. Squeezing through the meat of the thigh, quad, hamstring, both legs. Keeping upper body, starting to find a little more heaviness. So you let the upper body be more heavy, more weight that adds into the stretch. Inhale, lift up halfway. Great space here, start to lengthen, crown of the head forward. You can push into the floor, feel the tailbone reach back. You might play too with just pushing the floor forward and pulling it back just to see what that does in your body as you push forward, as you pull back. Start to lengthen now, belly down, heart, forehead towards the knee. Keep a connection of ribs and thighs. You rebend the left knee and reach the right toes back. Lower the right knee down. Inhale the arms high. Side bend, left hand to the floor. Hug the right shoulder back. You can fingertip or palm. If you have a block, you could use a block right here. This is feeling a little much, but again, really nice stretch through the side of the body, through the obliques, hips. To come down, start to sway your right hand down to the left and reach out forward in front of you, hands frame the left foot. Inhale the arms high. Exhale or standing. Splits, roll it up. Then hug the right hip down by pulling the left hip up. Flex your right set of toes. Squeeze through the right leg. Engage through the leg. Don't let it just be limp here. Squeeze and push the right heel back. Lengthen the belly to the thigh. On an inhale, lift up halfway. Feel the floor be dragged back with your fingers or palms. Keep length. Chin slightly in. On an inhale, lift your right heel higher, then exhale, knee into the chin tuck. Step forward, gentle forward, fold. Inhale, lengthen up halfway, lengthen the tailbone back, create space. Exhale, folds. Slight bend in the knees. Inhale, pull it upwards, salute. And exhale, hands to heart center. Drag your belly in, squeeze your glutes together. Slice the hands down on an inhale, upward salute. Press the hips forward. Squeeze the inner thighs. Exhale, folds. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, folds. Reach your left toes to the back of the mat. Settle the left knee down. Inhale, the arms up high. Exhale, hands to the floor. Inhale, step back, high plank, holds. High plank. Just not as long this time, but we are going to hold chaturanga. Reach the collarbone, shoulders forward, pull the belly in. Take a big inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Hug the forearms towards one another. Make sure the elbows are right over the hands. Holds. Chaturanga for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Ready, push back up. High plank, hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift your right toes off the floor. Hold. Take a big inhale. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, back one more. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, back, set the toes down, left heel. You got this. Left knee, left elbow. Kick it back. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, back one more. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, back, knees down. Child's pose. Start to walk your hands back to your knees. Come up into a kneeling seat. I know that was a lot. And don't worry if you weren't able to do all of that very challenging powers designed and here for us to be challenged and to find our edges and to be pushed. This is good. It's not about making it for time or for the reps, just about showing up and doing your best. Bring hands to heart. And start to pull the forearms back, lead with the elbows. Inhale the arms up high. Exhale, reach the arms, the palms forward, pull the belly in, tuck the tailbone, squeeze the glutes. Hand sweep down, inhale. Open up through the chest, big expansion. Exhale, push the palms forward, pull the belly in. Inhale, pull the shoulders back, tilt the tailbone high like in cow pose. Exhale, round like in cat. One more, inhale, reach it high. Exhale, release. Hands down to the floor. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Bring the feet together. Good. From here, we're gonna journey to the top of the space, feet together. Inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees. Exhale, step up, or light float. Forward, inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold, slight bend in the knees. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, chair pose, sit down into the hips. Inhale, upward salute, stand tall. Exhale, chair pose, sit the hips down. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, chair pose, one more. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, chair pose. Now airplane arms, wing back. Reach out of the fingers, pull, drag the shoulders down. Drag the navel in, squeeze the glutes. A lot of engagement here. Start to come onto the toes. Breathe. Lengthen the legs. Draw the tailbone back. Reach the heart out forward. Trust it here. Stay on your toes as you lower your belly. Then your heart, then your chin, then your heels. Last. Grab the arms around the shins. Pull your belly, ribs to thighs. Lengthen the tailbone up to the sky. Just as much as you can. Don't overdo it here. Lengthen, crown of the head. On an inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold, bend your knees. Good, here in a low squat. From here, let's make our way into our crow pose. Crow pose, knees and elbows, elbows, knee. You can also choose to go higher up on the arm, just whatever is more comfortable for you. Hands on the floor, a little bend in the elbows. Feel nice and secure with the hands where they are. This could be enough right here. This is a lot of strength, just pressing straight down into the floor. Or you might lift one heel, then the other. If you feel wobbly, knees on the elbows, just try to find that spot, the elbow, where it points into the little divot in your knee. There's a little space there, a little cushiony part where the elbow and knee kind of touch each other, and it's magical. It's a nice little placeholder. Somewhere inner quadrant of the knee. Let's stay here for just another 5. Coming in and out as you need. 4, 3, press on the floor. 2, heels high. 1, settle back into your squat. From here, start to lower into a low boat navasana. Onto your low back. Keep the legs, shoulders off the floor, and just reach, palms up to the sky. Feel a little drawstring between your chest and your toes, pulling towards one another to keep this bow shape in the body. Keep your gaze up to the ceiling. Set your sights high. We're going to stay here for just another 10. You got it. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Reach your arms out wide and your legs wide too, so you're in a big star shape. We're gonna do some hand to toe reaches. Place your left palm down onto the floor. Right hand is gonna reach to your left setted toes. Here in 3, 2, 1, roll up onto your left forearm as you touch right hand to left toes. If few more on this side. Roll onto your left forearm. Stays on the floor. Back down. If you want to make it harder, just press into your palm and keep the forearm from touching the floor. Here for just another 3. Exhale as you reach up. For 2. For 1. Release. Other side. Right arm down. Right palm down. Left fingers to right toes. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Come on, slow below back and lower down. Exhale as you reach, rolling onto the right forearm and down. Left fingers, toes, or keep that forearm from touching the floor. Make it more challenging. Here for another 4. Exhale for 3. Exhale for 2. For 1. Release. Walk the heels in towards the glutes. Dig your heels into the floor as you pour the hips up. Bridge pose. So here, think of squeezing the inner thighs, glutes together. As you press your quads, your hips up to the sky. Really get into the glutes here. Good time for that. Chin away from your chest. Take 2 more deep breaths. Really squeeze into the back of the body. Keep hugging inner thighs towards one another. 1 vertebra at a time. Start to roll back onto the floor. Hug the knees into the chest. Start to rock up and down the spine. From here, let's make our way into high plank. Maybe you kick right back, or to break it down, first find your table, and then high plank, feet together. Inhale, shoulders forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, reach the right heel high. Exhale, knee to your forehead. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, knee to forehead. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, knee to forehead. Step the foot forward. On an inhale, high crescent, rise. Push the right knee forward, the left heel back, create space. But strengthen your core by hugging the ribs down, reaching long out of the arms. Okay, from here, open, warrior 2. Still low in the front leg, tall through the spine. Good. From here, we'll come into Trikonasana. Extend your front leg, slice your left hip back, reach forward. And if you get stuck kind of here, just keep a little bend in your front knee or shimmy your back foot in a little bit more. Let the hips stack left on right, but hug your left hip down to the floor. Find more space across the thoracic spine, through the chest, ribs, intercostal muscles. Start to wind your hands down around the right foot. On an inhale, kick the right foot up and back, 3-legged dog. From here, lower your forearms down to the floor. Try to keep an 11 shape, elbows hugging in towards one another, keeping the right leg high. Start to pull the belly in, find a little hollowness. Extend through the right leg. If you want to take some hops here, off of the left foot towards forearm stand. That's in the practice today. Feel free to go there. Just trying to find maybe a little float of the hips coming over the shoulders. Just trying to find a little hang time. Stay for just another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the toes down. Both toes, so we're in dolphin. From here, we're going to come into dolphin push-ups. Lower the knees. Start to drag chin between the thumbs. Now keep your toes tucked. Pull forward into chaturanga. Lift your chest off the floor. Push back, knees down. Back into our little shelled pose. Let's go. 5 more. Pull the chest forward, chin between the thumbs, roll forward, chaturanga. You can keep the knees on the floor. Roll the forearms back down. Press the chest back, lengthen the arms. 3 more. Pull the chest forward, chin to floor. Roll it forward, chaturanga, toes or knees. Roll it back down, extend the arms. Last 2, pull forward, tuck toes, chaturanga, sink it forward. Last 1, forward, keep the elbows hugging in. Good. Child's pose. Walk your hands back to the knees. Come up into a tall spine. Inhale the arms high. And exhale, clasp the hands back behind you. Push the palms together as you lengthen the arms. Try to bring the fists away and the hips just as best as you can. Pulling through the arms. Good. And release. Really nice work. Let's come back into our downward facing dog. Feet together. On an inhale, reach the left heel high. Exhale, knee to your forehead, forward motion. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, knee to forehead, press straight down into the floor. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, knee to forehead, step it through. Foot between the hands. Inhale, high crescent, launch. Keeping calm through the breath, finding a lot of spaciousness here as we press the left knee forward, as we draw the right heel back. A lot of length through our right hip. Squeeze into the glutes. Focus forward. And warrior 2. Opening up through the hips. Pressing both heels down, finding an equal distribution of weight. Triangle, extend the front leg, hips back as you reach forward and down. I always like to step my foot in just a little bit closer. Feels nicer. Hug the right hip down, pull the right shoulder back. The fingers can be on the floor, inside, outside, or on the shin. Spiral your hands down to the floor, bend into the left knee. On an inhale, kick 3-legged dog, left leg up and back. Then lower the forearms down to the floor. Flex the left heel, draw the belly in, trying to find that hollow shape through the chest and core belly. You might stay right here. You can play with those hops. Bend through the right knee. This might be your better hopping side. I know it is for me. Keep hugging the elbows in towards one another. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Child's pose. Relax the forehead onto the floor. Find a little rock of the head side to side. Reach your hands back for your heels. Pull. A little more compression. Gentle though. Slight assistance. Taking the time to breathe into yourself. Just reassurance of your strength, of your ability. It's never about the result. It's just knowing whether did your best, left anything on the table. It's all you can do, all you can ask, just your best. Reach the arms forward. We're gonna find a few decompressive spinal waves. Bring the chin into the chest, hands on the floor. We're gonna start to roll forward. Keep your chin into your chest, big, round through the spine, scaredy cat C shape. As the shoulders come over the hands, squeeze your glutes, roll your hips to the floor, pull your chest through, look forward or up to the sky. And same thing back, pull the belly in, tuck the tailbone, squeeze the glutes as we roll our way back child's pose. Just take a few at your pace, at your breath. One right way to breathe through this movement. I like to feel this is a nice, just intuitive, decompressive movement. Really nice on the spine after all that movement we went through today. A lot of strength, a lot of dynamic movement, a lot of core, upper body. From here, let's meet in a seat. Let's make our way to a wide-legged straddle. I like to use the mat this way, but don't feel you have to go this way exactly. Tense your fingers back behind you, lift your glutes, squeeze the hips upwards towards the ceiling, lengthen the spine, and lower sits bones back down. Point through the toes here. We're gonna make our way forward. Lead with your chest. If this is the stopping point today, just take it easy right here. And flexibility, it's not about going for gold, but it's about finding that edge and hanging out in that edge for as long as you can. And over time, you might start to feel the heart being pulled forward and the tailbone lengthened back. This might cause you to walk the hands further forward. Just keep breathing. Stay steady with it. If you have ability, you could lower the forearms. Continue to pull the chest forward. This is such a nice stretch, nice inner thighs, inner groin. It's good to find a little engagement through the legs. So if you can start to just find a little squeeze at the top of the legs, your quads. Feel where they attach at the hips, at the knee. Give a squeeze all throughout that length. So you don't always want to remain passive in the stretch. You want to maintain some activity through the musculature. Almost there. Take just 2 more deep breaths. Let's make our way back upright. From here, we're going to come right into frog pose. This is going to be our hip opener today. In lieu of pigeon and frog pose is really one of my favorite poses for opening the hips. It's really just a great way to have gravity do all the work, and you don't have to put so much effort into it. If you need some padding for the knees, I recommend folding up your mat on the edges, maybe just a couple of times. I always find that provides just a good amount of knee support. You don't need to go out super duper wide. Try to keep your feet a little bit wider outside of the knees. And we'll start to lower elbows right underneath the shoulders. Flex your toes. Feel just a little drag of the navel in. We're gonna stay here for about 1.5 minutes. So I really encourage you to be curious or explorative here in this posture. It can feel nice to flex through the glutes, the quads, and the thighs just to see how that feels, to find a little wiggle in the hips. Side to side can feel really nice, squeezing one glute and the hip down, and then going over into the other, almost like you're trying to cross your hips to opposite sides of the mat, trying to draw these diagonal lines. You can also play with pressing the tailbone further back while keeping the spine long, and just find what's within the range today. Not going for golds, flexibility. Flexibility really is one of those things that just takes time. Really believe anybody can be incredibly flexible if they just put in the time. It's easy to want to do all the fun stuff, all the dynamic movement, and you can get a lot of flexibility and mobility from that as well, but it's nothing like good old-fashioned stretching. Almost there. Just about another 30 seconds. Over time, as you hold stretches like this, you can play with maybe walking the knees further apart. It's not a very graceful transition, but it's what you have to work with. You can always come back upright and draw the knees wider. Take just one more deep breath. To make your way out of this one, on the forearms, just pull your chest forward, forward, till the hips come onto the floor. Together, you can press your way back up from there. Whew, that is nice. Hips are feeling nice and open after that. Why don't we give just one more little posture here. Let's come into downward facing dog. Come into a little flip dog. Reach your right heel high. Bend your knee, roll and stack your hip. First, tent onto the right fingertips. Try to bring your toes to the floor, keeping the right fingertips on the floor for as long as you can. Until you can't anymore, then flip it over. Try to find that line between the right hands and the right foot as the right fingertips reach back to the floor. Maybe just a little moment suspended in time. Lift the left heel high, bend the left knee, pour over, tent onto the left fingers, lower the left foot down, but try to keep the fingers as long as you can, then flip it over when you need. That feels nice on the spine. So you're ready to make your way, try to keep the left foot down as you reach back over, and your foot back down. Nice. You can step, hop, or float your way back into a seat, and we'll roll our way flat onto the back. Pull the right knee into the chest, long through the left leg, find a little rock side to side. Pitch the right knee over to the left, reach and gaze out to the right. Soften the shoulder and the knee. Really starting to bring it down now and release the energy. Giving back to ourselves this time of nurturance, of breath. Just a time too to remember to be good to yourself. Let's come back up through center. Bring the left knee in, extend the right leg long. Pull the left knee up a little closer to the left armpit. Pitch it over, toss it to the right and the right hand. Let the arm left, leg left, soften. Each exhale. These postures, this ease, this sukha, the balance, all the effort, stira, the tapas, the discipline, activity. This gives you grace, time to be easy and gentle on yourself. Come back up through center, pull both knees in, wrap your arms around the shins, pull the chest to the knees. Thank yourself for showing up onto the mat for all that you do day in and day out. Take one more inhale. Exhale, expand out. Feet to the edges of the mat. Arms by your sides, palms to the sky. Close your eyes. Take one more big inhale. All the way to the crown and up above it. Exhale. Let it all go. Full permission here to soften, to let go, to surrender. Shavasana. I'll wake you here in just a moment. Stay here for as long as you need. Whenever you're ready, and a little wiggle at the fingers and the toes. Shake at the head, side to side. Reach back your arms overhead. Good morning, stretch, point through the toes. Lengthen, reach, big inhale as you squeeze the glutes. Exhale, pull the low back down to the floor of the knees, into the chest. Make your way up into an easy, comfortable seat. And hands to heart center. Appreciate you showing up and sharing your practice today. I hope it serves you well. I hope you have an amazing day. From my heart to yours. Namaste. Appreciate y'all. Hope you have a wonderful day. If you have any questions or anything, I'll hang out for a few minutes for you. Take care, y'all.